And into here, and then we're going to go over the parts. The cardiac sphincter is found between the esophagus and the stomach, and it controls the flow of the food, the bolus, into the stomach. So it's these folds right here. Then talking about the parts of the stomach and the general regions, we'll put this guy back on. Alright, so first we have the fundus, which is this top part. It's kind of used for storage of food. So when you eat too much, this will fill up, and it can also compress your diaphragm, which would interfere with breathing. The body is the large middle section of the stomach, leading down to the pylorus, which is the thinner, smaller part at the end. Leading from the pylorus down into the duodenum is the pyloric sphincter, which you can see this little closed spot right here, and that controls the movement of the ground up food, which is called acidic chyme, into the duodenum. Alright, next, talking about the curvatures and the muscles of the stomach. This curvature is the lesser curvature, which is the small curve on the inside, and then the greater curvature is this large curve on the outside. Then talking about the muscles, you can't see all of them on this one, so we're going to look at this other model. Alright, the first layer, which is most superficial, is the longitudinal layer, which kind of follows the shape of the stomach. The next one is the circular layer that wraps around. And then the deepest layer of these three smooth muscles is your oblique layer. And again, these are all smooth muscle layers. Most superficial, middle layer, and deep layer. Next, we're talking about the inside of the stomach. We've got the rugae, which are the folds in here. They increase the surface area of the stomach, and they flatten out when the stomach fills up. Alright, the greater omentum is the visceral fat that, we're missing part of it. There it is. It's the visceral fat that attaches to the bottom of the stomach and goes down and covers the small intestines. Alright, moving on to the small intestines, we have the duodenum, which actually, let's look at it on that one. It's pretty easy to see over here. It makes this U around the pancreas. On this other model that we were looking at, you kind of see it along the back here. It starts right here. And again, this is the pancreas. And this is the duodenum coming down. Then the duodenum runs into the jejunum, which is the top third of the small intestines. The bottom 2/3 of the intestines are the ileum, and then on the inside of the small intestines, there are these internal folds that you can see on this model. These folds here, they run along the entire small intestine, and they're called plicae circularis. Then, when you get to the end of the ileum, and we'll take this off so you can see. So between the ileum and the large intestine is this sphincter, and it's called the ileocecal valve. And that's because it runs between the ileum and the cecum, which is the beginning of the large intestines. So the cecum is this pouch of tissue right here for the large intestines. This green part hanging down is the appendix, which can be removed depending on if the person needs it. Then we've got the ascending colon coming up, the transverse colon, which goes across, and the descending colon, which runs down. So again, we've got ascending, transverse, descending. The halstra are the pouches that are found all along the large intestines, the colon, and they hold food as it's pushed from one hosta to another. The pinea coli is this line that runs all along the colon, and there are 3 of them, one in the front, one in the back, and one underneath. And it's a strip of smooth muscle that contracts to push the food along. Going lower after the descending colon, we've got the sigmoid colon, which is this little S curve here. Then below that you have the rectum, which is kind of the holding tank for poop, and the anus, which is the bottom, where the poop comes out.